Hi, Cynthia. Hello, those of you in the background. I know it's late, but hey, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. Yes. Okay. Ooh. Smudge some clarity in here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Can we talk? Hey, Rodinia. How you doing? Yes. I was watching Lady Zelda, okay, and her little gadgets, okay, spirit boxes and stuff that she has, okay. Now I don't mind her little gadgets, okay, but that spirit box, I don't know. It's something about that spirit box. It sounds like it's a whole bunch of spirits in the box, okay. You don't know who you really talking to, and you only hearing part of a sentence or a word out of the sentence, and I just like it, okay. It can get frustrating, okay. So anyway, but I like her little gadgets because they cut the words pop up and you don't hear all that extra. Okay. So what was I? Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Okay. I don't know if you guys are aware or if it's connected because it's just now connecting with me. I saw another some video. Okay, but now correct me if I'm wrong or if my train of thought is wrong. Okay. Hey, Michi, how you doing, girl? But I was listening to them, okay, because basically they're going back to square one, okay, and they were going over the when Nancy was discovered missing, the people called the police, okay. Oh, okay, so they're going along. Well, what they wanted to get into the camera system, okay, to the camera system. The camera's on top of the roof. And they explained, I guess Annie or Tommaso explained to them that they had no control over the cameras on the roof. Nancy had control of those cameras because those cameras were used for her to look at the animals. Okay. Now we know she like to look at the animals. I thought maybe she had some scope or camera set right there in front of her looking at the animals. But no, she had cameras, those cameras on her roof were to look at the animals, okay, in the distance. Okay. Hey Deborah. Thank you. Okay, so they were explaining to them that so they cannot get access, they don't have access to those cameras. Nancy had the access to those cameras on the roof. That's why they were up there so she could look at the animals. Now, I did hear that before, but it didn't click. Okay, it didn't click as it did yesterday when I was watching it. Okay, and I start thinking, like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you had your 84-year-old mama at the house with no security? We know the front subscription doorbell wasn't paid. Okay. So you mean to tell me that those cameras on the roof were not for security? They was for her to look at the animals, and so y'all didn't have no security for your mama? Wow. Meaning a lot why they don't have footage because the cameras were not aimed at the property. The cameras were aimed at the wildlife. Now, I'm pretty sure there was some that was aimed at the property. Okay, I guess maybe if wildlife came on the property for whatever reason, the woman didn't have no security. That's bottom line. Okay, let that sink in. Okay, because I don't think I'm not the only one that this didn't really sink in. It's bad enough that she didn't pay the subscription on the front door camera. But you mean to tell me that those cameras on the roof and whatnots was not for her security? They were to look at the animals, the freaking animals, and y'all had no security for your mama. So any Tom, Dick, and Harry could have came in meaning, okay, that it could have been just one person. Okay. Interrupted the Wi-Fi system, snatched the camera off the wall that didn't have a subscription anyway, and just went on in. That's right. You hear my cat? She said, ow. It's right. That's right. I got backup. Man, oh man. Okay. I'm telling you. So she had no security. This woman had no security. It's not about the cameras was in blocked. They had a Wi-Fi blocker. Okay, well if they may have had a Wi-Fi blocker, but they wasn't for security anyway. They was looking at the animals up in the mountains and stuff. They should be ashamed. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Okay? That's unacceptable. See what I'm talking about, Dottie? How they just disconnect you, unsubscribe you, and talk about we don't know what happened. Yes, you do. It's done on purpose. It's not a glitch. And they do that. That's why I tell people to check, okay? And then you wonder why I'm not getting the videos, and you forget, because out of sight is out of mind, okay? Because they got so many videos coming at you, okay? And you don't realize it until you realize it, so to speak. So I just letting that sink in. Hi, Mary. Hi, Durant's daughter, Dottie. Mm-hmm. Hey, Blue Rose. Yeah, that's crazy. That is freaking crazy. So she had none. She didn't even have an onion. She had a nunion. Okay. So they're also explaining that there's info being leaked. That's why you're getting these videos making these these what would you call it? These IT, what would you call it? Anyway, the financial trail, okay, following the financial trail and stuff like that. And the video was, they were saying in the video, because of certain leaks, okay, and two is they're not the only ones with access to get information. You do know that, right? Okay. Okay. So I just thought I would put that in there. Okay. And another thing I want to put in there too is if you get a live like this one that has commercials or ads, they're called ads, okay, is because the content creators, such as I, have inserted them, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was watching the video and someone in the comment section made a comment about the ads, hating those ads, okay? And instead of telling them, okay, oh, they'll support my channel, I get paid off of those, okay, they went and told them they had no control over it. I'm sitting there listening, and I'm thinking, okay, let that lie sit for a minute. Then they came up and said some more about get a little bit of vague explanation, okay? So I'm here to tell you that I, okay, have control on whether I want ads in my video or not. Just because I'm monetized does not mean I have to have ads in my video. I have to manually, okay, say yes or no. Check the box. No ads, yes ads, okay? Sometimes you forget to check the box and you wonder why there's no ads, okay? So I'm just letting you know that. There's also a selection on here when you insert the ads. You can do, especially when you do videos. On the videos, you can insert the ads where you want them, or you can let YouTube do it, okay? On the live, okay, YouTube inserts the ads. It just asks you, do you want minimum, moderate, or I don't know the other word, but a lot, okay? Gives you 3 choices, and you can pick those choices, and it will insert the ads during the course of your live video, okay? Now, I remember, okay, when I was doing the videos, YouTube videos, I was monetized on my other channel. You didn't have that choice. If you did a live video, you couldn't monetize it until the video was over. So if I'm sitting here for 2 and 3 hours, I'm not getting no money. I'm not making no money. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Until I end the stream and they do whatever they do, okay, and publish it. You see what I'm saying? And then they'll insert ads if it's monetized. That's how that works. Yeah. So that's how that works, okay? So a person who's doing a live, okay, you get ads, those ads pay the people. And it's a convenient way. They don't ask for money because they're getting money from the ads, okay? See what I'm saying? Okay. They also enable the little super chat, super stickers, and all that kind of stuff that you pay for, okay? Or if you want to donate money to the channel, they give you that option too. That's part of the monetization. You have to enable that, okay? I enable mine, okay, because some people just like to give. Okay, and I was like, I don't need your money. I don't need, okay, it's not. That's not the point. Doesn't matter if you need the money or not. Some people just like to give. I do the same thing. Okay? See what I'm saying? So I leave that an option for the person. They don't have to click on it. Sure don't. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So I just thought I would share that. Okay. Hey, you got a question? Y'all raising your hand. Hey, Dog Magic. Yeah, so I just thought I would let you guys know that, okay, as well as the that security, okay, that's not securing on Miss Guthrie's property. Okay, isn't that a trip? Now they did say she liked to watch the animals and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I heard that. Okay. So she had those cameras up there installed to watch, to do her animal and bird watching. Okay. So if you're going to watch the animals and you're going to watch the birds from those cameras, they can't be pointed at the house. They would be pointed up in the sky or a tree or whatever you see birds and animals come through. Okay. And I'm like, damn, Gina. Okay. She didn't have no security. Oh my God. Now that just hits another bone, another nerve. Oh my God. Okay. So I wanted to get in and look at, first we're going to go off with the energy. Okay. And I have two questions I want to ask. Okay. So let's just look at the overall energy on the situation with Nancy and her being missing as of now. Okay, girl, Dottie, okay, preach. I bet they got. Matter of fact, didn't they have security? Somebody tried to rob their house, Annie's house up the street. Mm, okay, okay. So what's the current energy around the missing Nancy Guthrie? What's the current energy? Period. What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. We're just asking about the current energy surrounding Nancy Guthrie of Pima County, Arizona. Okay, living in the Catalina foothills. Yes. What's that energy like? What do you want us to know? Okay, so we're just going to get a general reading here. I like to start off. That is crazy. Okay, we have the King of Wands in reverse. This is masculine energy coming across as vicious, demanding, and impulsive. Okay? Violent. Just a nice word for violent. Okay? So said violence, okay? So here we have the mini death card, the Four Swords, okay? Talking about rest. And we have the Tower in reverse. So there's a delay here, okay? And they may be resting on information, okay? To delay the catastrophe, that the chaos that's coming. Okay? Overindulgence. Miscommunication and feeling left out. And we have slowly, okay? There's slow action developing here, okay? It's being delayed. Okay? It's being worked on. We have the Ace. in reverse, though. Okay, so there may be some setbacks. Okay, there may be some setbacks that they're resting on. Okay, but haven't forgotten. That's what that is. They haven't forgotten it. It's just sitting there. Okay, and we have the Hermit in reverse. Ooh. Yeah, they just gonna leave that alone. They're gonna leave that alone. Okay, taking their time, and they keeping things close to their chest. Hmm. And they might be keeping it because they might be trying to avoid miscommunication right now. Okay, and failure. There's some failure. And hoarding. Ooh. In the Yep, in the past. Not letting go. Okay. Oh. So they might be sitting on something in the past. They might just be resting that. They got it. They waiting. Okay. They're also looking at it from another perspective. Okay. So this information that they have is being looked at in a whole new perspective. Okay. And the hidden betrayal. Hidden betrayal. Ooh. Okay. This may be a contract, a will, the government, and the page of Pentacles. A new offer. Something new. A new offer, a new opportunity. Protection and control. Seven of Wands, defending. So they are defending, they are protecting. The Emperor. Who has betrayal hanging over his head. Now, this may be the police. And the Empress in reverse. And looking at the police, domestic issues. Insecurity and no progress. Mm. Okay. The information they have, okay, they have information they're sitting on, okay, but they're protecting it because they really don't have any more than that for right now, okay, and they want to give up. The Lovers. the rumors, the gossip. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Deceit and jealousy. Okay, so they might be trying to clear up the rumors of deceit and jealousy surrounding the lovers. Okay, loss of control, loss of direction, confusion. The Fool in reverse. Recklessness. Okay, so they're taking it back, but they're proceeding with caution. And to proceed with caution means you have to go slow. Okay, that's the current energy. Okay. Hey, Grandma Forever. Hey, Mary. Uh-huh. Okay, so um, I want to look at the energy on Cameron. He's so quiet and he's out the loop as far as being in Vermont. Okay, is Savannah still defending her sister? Okay. Hey, Midnight Intuition. Hey, Sharon. Let me look at Cameron's energy, okay? And then we're going to go with how Savannah feels about her sister. Okay. Now, do you want me to just ask about Annie or you want me to ask about the two? Yeah, can you tell us the energy, current energy with Cameron, Nancy Guthrie's son, oldest child? What's going on with Cameron? Okay. Who's checking on Cameron? Who's checking on Cameron? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay. The Lovers in reverse. Now, the Lovers in reverse, okay, talks about in reverse, right? Talks about a bad relationship, disloyalty, conflict, discontent, and uncertainty. And I'm going to pull out the word discontent. Okay. He does seem, I get the feeling that he's just not happy with this situation. There's discontent. Okay. Whatever it is hooked up on, there is discontent. Okay. Tell us more. Something is hidden. Something is hidden. Uh-oh. The Star. So there's secrets, an illusion, a mystery. Ooh. Okay. And the Star card, two major arcanas. Let's ask, where's my phone? Oh, Sookie now. Where's the phone? Um, Hold on, y'all. Let me get my phone. We got to ask Google. What I do with the phone? Okay. So, what is this? Okay. The moon and the star card. Mm. It talks about a message of hope and optimism and healing. Okay. So it's telling you that at the same time you have hope, okay, that you're having hope and healing. Also pay attention to your intuition. Okay, pay attention to your intuition and things around you that may be or may appear secretive or hidden. Okay, we have the Chariot in reverse, a loss of control, a loss of direction. So he's just as confused as everybody else. And strength. Okay, strength, control, protection, and clarity, because we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So there's clarity. Okay, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about stagnant, being stagnant. Yeah, he's just sitting there, okay, not moving forward. So let me see. No, it's not the double one like the Knight of Cups is a double one. This isn't a double one. Um, what is this? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Selfishness. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. Greed. Missed opportunities. Ooh, Cameron. And financial loss. And the Sun in reverse. Depressed. And getting rid of a load, okay? So this load is facing the depression. So he may have a lot on his shoulders with this situation with his mom being missing and all the controversy around it, okay? And the King of Cups in reverse. Now, to me, I always seen Cameron as the King of Cups, okay? But this is in reverse, okay? So this right here is someone who is insecure, defensive, and frustrated, okay? Here's my double card right here. This right here is the Knight of Cups. And this Knight of Cups is in reverse. And this Cups is going with this King of Cups. This Knight of Cups, okay, is about deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. And failure and shame with the Six of Wands in reverse. And the betrayal. He must feel that his mom was betrayed. And he could also feel that for himself, that he let his mom down. I'm pretty sure they're all feeling that way. And rightfully so, with only one camera that she didn't even pay the subscription to. Ah! And he doesn't want to be bothered, okay? Wants to be left alone. Yeah. So he's being antisocial. He's withdrawing, okay? And he's healing. This is the Three of Hearts in reverse. This represents healing, recovery. Mm-hmm. And looking at it from a new perspective. Okay? With the Knight of Swords in reverse. So he's trying not to lose his focus and look at things in a new perspective, okay? But at the same time, he's getting impatient, just like everybody else, okay? And the Two of Cups in reverse. This is like end of a partnership. Now, why would that be? Disharmony, separation, and the Nine of Pentacles. And avoiding. He's avoiding chaos as well. The rumors, the gossip, okay? He's at a crossroads. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Okay. So he is thinking, oh, okay. So he's thinking, he's hearing about this corruption. Just like we saying it, he's hearing it. About the corruption. Ooh. And he's thinking about that. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. He's also thinking about the jealousy and the dishonesty. See, he knows what's going on as far as his immediate family, okay? And whatever conflict there may be, he's aware of it. He's thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And the generosity. Still waters run deep. Remember that song? Still waters run deep. Yes. And he's a still water and he's running deep. So he's aware and he's thinking about all this stuff that we're putting out there. He's watching YouTube too. Okay? Because when you pop up his mama's name, when he puts his mother's name into the grid, so to speak, all kind of YouTube videos pop up. Okay? So he's aware. Just like the people who took Nancy out of that house, they're watching us too. Okay? Lady Zelda, okay? They watching it too. Okay? Uh, I'm pretty sure you have. There's definitely truth in what you just said. There's definitely some truth in what you said. And the thing about it is the police know. Okay. They subpoena that information and they get from the company, okay, about that prescription. Was there ever a prescription at this address? Okay. When did it stop? Okay. How long ago was it? See what I'm saying? Was it a monthly or a yearly subscription? They got that. Don't think they don't. And if they don't, they ain't doing their job. We need to be up there doing the job, okay, if they don't have that. Right, she was reading the house. And I'm going to read the house. I'm going to read the house. That's one thing I forgot that I didn't think of. And I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't read the house. Okay, so we're going to go with Sharon's one about how, oh, Sharon, did you say how you wanted it? Hey, Carmen. Did you want it just, oh, and that's another thing I wanted to tell you guys, just educational, FYI, on the energies, okay? And she's reading the energy, and there's residual energy, and there's intellectual energy, which I call smart energy, you know, like a smartphone, smart TV, and all that kind of stuff, you know, okay. So the difference is residual energy is energy that is left on things, okay? It could be left in the walls, it could be left on a chair, it could be left on a rock, okay? There's energy. Now, this type of energy is what you call a repetitious energy. It does the same thing over and over. That energy just goes around and around and around, okay? It may be triggered by a time, okay, the time of day, or maybe it was the time that this energy, this happened, okay, or something like that. Something may trigger it, but it's the same thing over and over. Intellectual energy is more on a spirit level, okay? It is able to interact with you, such as speak, communicate, okay, and divulge things, okay? Now, with that said, I'm pretty sure working on a spiritual level, okay, everything is fine up to an extent. Just like these cards, okay? I can tell you all kind of things up to an extent, okay? Why? Because of divine timing. You cannot mess with divine timing. Okay. Whatever it is, the purpose for Nancy's disappearance has not finished serving its purpose. Okay. There are people who maybe need to be found still. Okay. Information that needs to come out. Secrets, hidden things, okay, that still may need to come out, okay, before this is found, okay. This may be, even though it's sad, but this may need to happen because this is how things are coming out and being found out, okay. See what I'm saying? And, okay, what it may be trying to bring out would cross my mind, okay? Really? Sure did, Dottie. You see where Michi's name came up. What, in Zelda? Now you can Google this residual energy and intellectual energy. I looked it up and it's actually there. I just wanted to make sure that I got it right. Okay. And it was there. You know, I love watching the psychic detectives, right? So from the course of all the years of watching the psychic detectives, you know, you learn things, you pick up things, and that's what I picked up. Okay. Oh, this is residual energy. And they're like, oh, this is smart intellectual. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I learned the difference. So that's what that is. Mhm. So residual energy can interact with you. Okay. And what it is it's just that though. It's residual. It's excuse me, not residual. It's just that it's energy. It's energy. That means it's already been there. It's already there. It's already been left there. Okay. But it can only go to a certain extent because it cannot interfere with divine timing. Okay, that's it. Now, what was I gonna? Oh, we're gonna ask Savannah. How does Savannah, okay, Savannah Guthrie, feel about her sister Annie Guthrie? How does she feel about Annie? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us about how Savannah feels about her older sister Annie? And thank you for your answers. How does she feel about her? Hmm. Give us the business. Well, I'm glad you guys are learning and give yourself a pat on the back because that tells you that you are open to learn, you are willing to learn, you have enough sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let's find out. How does she feel? Okay. We might have to get a tarot, an oracle on that too, girl. Okay. Yeah, I might have to go into what's the vibe on that. Thank you for your answers. What do you want us to know about how Savannah feels about her sister Annie? Oh, oh, whoa. Did you see that? That's the Seven of Swords in reverse. What does Savannah really know? Now, this right here talks about betrayal, trying to get away with something, and gonna get caught. She knows she's trying to get away with something, and she knows she's gonna get caught. Tell us more. What else do you want us to know? Okay. She's avoiding chaos. She's avoiding slash delaying chaos. Wow. Protecting, controlling, the delay. Wanting to move forward. She wants to move forward. and left alone. And bad planning with the Two of Wands in reverse. The Emperor, the police. Oh, delay and avoiding is over the police. So they are delaying it. We're going to say delay. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The manipulation, the overindulgence, and the financial issues. She knows all about that. Clarity, truth, knowledge with the Ace of Swords. And she's keeping it to herself. The Eight of Pentacles, okay? She may know who she paid. Or she's working on it as well. Let's see. It's not over. The World in reverse, going right over here with the police, with the Emperor. It ain't over. Oh. And the Page of Pentacles. A new opportunity. And the Page of Wands. Now, this Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands seem to, for some reason, go together. Page of Wands. Talks about curiosity and enthusiasm. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, the Nine of Cups. So she's really happy to know the truth. She's really glad she knows the truth. Now, let me keep going with this. So she's determined. Slowly. So this may take a while, but she's determined to complete this. Okay? The Fool in reverse. So maybe she is watching this girl walk off the cliff, so to speak, being careless, okay? Oh, yeah. Slowly walking off that cliff, okay? Oh. And the Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? Now, the Queen of Swords in reverse, okay, is confusion, really. It's trapped, feeling trapped in disappointment. Oh, yeah. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. The instability, the corruption. The end. Okay? So, everything's alleged. My interpretation's your entertainment. But what I'm seeing here is Savannah knows what's going on. Okay? And she just sitting back and she just watching. Okay? And watching how this woman is just sitting there lying, probably lying to her and acting like she don't have nothing to do with it. Okay, so to speak, this is my interpretation. And she's going to follow it through. She's determined to see it to the end. Okay, she's watching you walk off that cliff and entrap yourself. Okay, she's looking at the greed. Okay, the manipulation. Mm-hmm. So this is interesting because she may not have hired a private investigator, so to speak, like on her mother's case. She may have hired a private investigator to look at her sister. Catch that tea. Yeah, that's well. Knowing a crime and not reporting it is a crime in and of itself. Okay? Seeing something happen and not reporting it, okay, is a crime itself. Seeing somebody dying and not getting them help is a crime itself. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Usually comes up as a misdemeanor. They usually don't carry it out, but it is a crime. Okay. Well, here's the thing, okay? Just like a lot of things, okay? Here's the thing, okay? If you're going to accuse my sister or my brother or my family member, okay, of a crime, okay, you better have the facts. Especially if I got money, okay? You better have the facts. Viewing that this case, how it has been manipulated in the beginning and compromised, okay, you're going to need to come with it. Thank you. What does that say? Klaatu? Hey, Kelly. Yeah, well, she made, look, here's the thing. They all know. They're family, okay? They may not know all the good stuff, but you know when Mad Day comes, everybody gonna know. See what I'm saying? So they know. Okay. And if Cameron doesn't talk to the sisters, okay, he talked to the mama. And she gonna tell him all the business. Okay? How does Savannah feel about Tommaso Cioni, her brother-in-law? How does she feel about them? How does Savannah Garcia feel about Tommaso Cioni? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. How does Savannah feel about Tommaso Cioni? And since we opened that can of worms, we need to ask how Cameron feels too. He got feelings. So what do you want us to know? How Savannah feels about Tommaso Cioni? And thank you for your answers. Lay it out. When you're in over down. When you're okay. Disharmony, okay, and separation. Okay. Disharmony, separation, the King of Cups in reverse. She feels like this talks about frustration, feeling defensive, feeling insecure with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, as well. Deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. The Page of Cups in reverse, emotionally immature. Generosity, give and take. And the hoarding. Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Ooh. Bad relationships. Out of control. Domestic issues. King of Pentacles in reverse. Corruption, materialistic, and instability. So he was taken, or the mom was giving him, okay, and the Five of Cups, despair. This is a very negative card, the Five of Cups. This is despair. This is loss. And the Nine of Cups. Mm, mm, mm. The Nine of Pentacles. I said the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. This comfort and security that they had and recovery. Ooh, she want her money back? Ooh, freedom. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, losses. She want her money back. Ooh, child. And disappointment. Okay. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Jealousy, dishonesty, manipulation. Ooh. Now this one right here, see how the swords are crossed? Okay. So it's like she's got to make a decision. She's at a crossroads with this. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't agree with it. Shame, failure. Fool in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse, okay? This right here talks about regret, poverty, and loneliness. Not liking what's being offered. Ungrateful. Ungrateful. She feels he is ungrateful. Justice in reverse. And that's how she feels about this guy. Not good at all. Okay. He's ungrateful. Okay. He's corrupt. Dishonest. Okay. He's created a grave injustice. And he's lacking accountability. That's how she feels about him. Okay. How does Cameron feel about his sister Annie? How does Cameron Guthrie feel about his sister Annie? Okay. How does he feel about her? In the wake of all this happening to his mom is missing. She's still missing. Nancy Guthrie is missing. How does Cameron feel about his sister Annie Guthrie? They used to fight all the time anyway. Mm-hmm. Yes. How does he feel about his sister Annie? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. How does Cameron feel about his sister Annie Guthrie? Okay. He don't feel too good about it either. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. Inequality, disharmony, and separation. Okay. He might feel that he's controlling. Okay. Judgment in reverse. He might feel that he's controlling the decisions, okay? Procrastination. And out of control. Loss of direction. Walking away. And the Ace of Wands in reverse. Here we have setbacks, okay? I get the feeling that he sees that this man is, that he may feel that this man is riding his sister, so to speak, okay? Yeah, the Magician. Oh, I'm thinking about, okay, his sister. We're talking about Annie. I'm thinking about Tommaso. How does Cameron feel about his sister? Okay, there we go. He feels like, okay, now I was wondering, okay, he feels like she's being treated. I mean, she's being protected, okay, and corrupted. Okay, she's confused. She has lack of direction. Okay, and she needs to walk away. Okay, because this is not a they're unevenly yoked. Does that make sense? Have you heard of that term? They're unevenly yoked. Tommaso and Annie are unevenly yoked. Okay? He feels that she's been set back. Okay? And probably manipulated with this magician. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay. How does Cameron feel about his sister Annie? Okay. And working hard. With bad plans. Working hard. Okay, let's see. Oh, he thinks she's scared of him. And she's hiding it. And she's struggling. She wants to she's been okay, wait. I'm thinking too fast. Slow down. Yeah. And she's hiding and she wants freedom. She wants to let go. This is how he feels about Annie. Okay. And this Knight of Cups that keeps coming up in reverse. Okay. Deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. Oh yeah. And the Star. The Emperor. So the police may be looking at this. And then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Freedom. Recovery. Eight of Swords. Moving forward, and it's time for a change, almost definitely. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah. He notices the withdrawal, okay, that she may have had some withdrawal, okay, and the hidden fear, the isolation. So there may be something going on where he has noticed the isolation, okay, and the miscommunication, the crossroads, Queen of Swords in reverse, the manipulation. Oh, the jealousy and the dishonesty. He knows it just like his sister knows it. And the King of Cups in reverse. Insecurity. The Wounded Soldier. Determination. And conflict. Okay. So he may know about the competition, so to speak, okay? The fights, okay? The competition. Who has the upper hand, who do this or whatever, okay? He knows just like his sister knows. Okay. With that said, how does Cameron feel about Tommaso Cioni, okay? How does he feel about Tommaso Cioni? Ooh, I got another good question. Okay. How does he feel about Tommaso Cioni? Y'all get y'all some drinks because we're going to be here for a minute. Okay? Yes. We're going to have intermission after this read. How does he feel about Tommaso Cioni? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. How does Cameron feel about Tommaso Cioni? Let me write my question. Hold on. Okay, I did cut. Okay. See, because I'll forget just that quick. Okay. Whew. Okay, so at the bottom of the read, there we go, with that Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, insecure, defensive, and frustration. They feel that, oh, they know. He knows. He knows the truth. Ooh. Cameron knows the truth about Tommaso. Um, Withdrawal, antisocial, the isolation, the choices, the King of Swords in reverse, the arrogance, the manipulation. He knows. He sees it clearly. And the King of Wands in reverse. He knows about the sheriff and he knows about Tommaso. Allegedly. He knows a lot. And the Page of Cups in reverse. The emotional insecurity. And the death. Four Swords. Talks about solitude, talks about recovery. It's actually okay, that's what this card talks about. But rarely do I see. Okay, it's more, okay, it's more like resting. Okay. More like resting. Okay, it could, that's the mini death card. Let's see. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now you got to remember, Cameron grew up out there too. So all he got to do is make one trip and ask his little friends or call his homie in the neighborhood. Okay, see what I'm saying? That's what brothers do anyway. Okay, they don't tell you, but they watching and waiting. Just waiting. The death card. So he's waiting for this to end in the next phase. Okay? An ending and a beginning. There we go. He's waiting for him to get caught. And he's also okay. The 10 of wands in reverse. Okay, the freedom, letting go. hmm So he's waiting for him to get caught. Not liking, okay, what's being offered, not accepting, what's hidden. Not to mention, he's got the intuition going here too, and the recovery of his mama. Okay, I think he may feel that this man may have some knowledge of where his mom is located. Okay, yeah, he's looking at it in a new perspective. He's just waiting. And the 3 of wands, he's waiting for the ships to come in. Okay, hello, waiting for the ships to come in to bring his mama home so that they can move on to calmer waters. Judgment in reverse. So, judgment in reverse, okay, is talking about being indecisive, okay? So, he's waiting, okay, and I don't think he's probably feeling sure as to the next move, okay, when this is over. He's, yeah, he's not sure what he's going to do or what to do next, but he is waiting for this man to be caught. Okay. That'll work too, Blue Rose. He's waiting and he's watching. He's watching and he's waiting. Okay, Naomi. Okay, he don't care for him. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. I would say he don't like him. When I looked, okay, I think his wife was, but she's not anymore. Okay, the little Cam did not have too much information. Okay, from the get go, he was in the military. That's probably why he was military. Okay, but whatever they do have, they didn't wipe that clean. So okay. I don't know. Cameron was staying in the guest house, as messy as it is. He may have been the one that made the mess. But usually those military men are very clean because they have to keep their spots clean. So a creature of habit. So I don't know about, I don't know where his wife went because the wife, I don't even think she came out. Someone's being paid to be silent. I don't know. They could be. The possibilities are endless here. The possibilities don't stop. Okay. But I kind of get the inkling that that's why they're all over the place because they really don't want to go to. Okay. If it was a real kidnapping, okay, a real kidnapping, I don't believe the kids would be involved. They could be, but I doubt it. Okay. There's lesser of a chance of them being involved. But if it was a cover up, okay, there's a good possibility they could be involved. Okay. And with the negligence on the mama, I'm just, okay. Let me go make me some, make me a drink. Okay. We have an intermission because I have some more questions on Annie and Tommaso. Okay. Get y'all some drinks. Okay. Or you can watch my beautiful cat and make sure she behaves herself. Woo. wait, let me just let the air settle, because that'll give me a cramp. Okay. Okay, y'all ready for the next question? Okay. Let me light up some more energy, because, honey, I got to protect my energy, huh? Hey, with my pretty baby. Yes, she is. Yeah. They kill me how they just be watching everything I do, huh? What you look at? Okay. No, don't let me catch you in here trying to like this, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. I bet it is being kept private, but it didn't used to say that because I looked it up. Okay. But with all the people looking into their information, I can understand it. I can understand it to an extent, okay, because they didn't have much to wipe on Cameron. He didn't have a lot of information out there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so, oh, wait. Okay. Now, I don't know how long this drink is going to last. This is an energy drink. It's in the little powder, okay? But it tastes so good, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how long it's going to last. Okay, so the thing about a husband and a wife, okay, if she wasn't with him, okay, if he's lying, if there's any kind of lies he's telling, she's aware of it, okay. I'm pretty sure she's aware of it. Like what time he got home, how long was he out, okay, to take her home, and all this. It just some things. This okay. The thing about here's the thing with this case. They're they're looking away. Want you to look away from the family. Okay, they want you to look away from the family, but it's really hard to do considering. Okay, and that is one of the considerations. Why would you just let your husband take your mother, drop your mother off when you know she's not walking that good? You know it's late at night, okay? You know you ain't paid the subscription, okay? Why would you let him why didn't y'all both go and drop her off? You see what I'm saying? Okay. So, and then, okay, the Uber there, and you and he drops her off. Okay, that right there. Why y'all didn't go pick her up? You're right up the street. Okay, why take her Uber? Because she wanted to feel so independent. Okay, I don't understand. That wouldn't make me feel independent. Okay, see, for the simple fact that I still gotta wait. I gotta wait for the Uber driver. Okay, when you could just come down here and pick me up and bring me to your house. So it's okay, and then okay, there's no footage, there's nothing of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and then you don't call your mom to make sure she's okay. Your husband drops her off, not you dropped her off. Okay, your husband dropped her off. Before he got home, I would be calling, okay, to make sure my mama got in the house. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to look away from the family up the street, so to speak. That's the problem. Okay. They want us to look at all these conspiracy theories, which, okay, yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is, okay, there's too many discrepancies in and of itself, just in the window that of her being over there and her getting dropped off and you not checking on her and the security camera subscription has not been paid. Okay, it just don't sit right. See? Okay. And then the thing about it is just like they say, okay, why your mama? Okay. Oh, this to get back at Savannah. Okay. So you gonna take the 84-year-old mama? Well, maybe, okay, maybe they thought that was too easy because she didn't have no security. And then the whole thing about it is it was easy to to watch out, to scope out the house, stake out the house, and see that y'all don't come by that often. But then again, okay, why, okay, would you pick her up just conveniently, coincidentally, she comes up missing out of all the days in the week. She comes up missing on their watch, so to speak, after they drop her off. Okay. I mean, just think about it. I mean, if you come here at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to take somebody out their bed, if that's the case, you can come any day out of the week. And let me add another uh, piece of gossip. This is my own. You go there on a Saturday night, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. You know how many people are out running around and partying on the weekend? Wouldn't it have been safer to pick her up during a weekday? It would make more sense. When people have to go to sleep because they got to go to work, they ain't trying to hear all that. And you mean, okay, you running around with the rest of the folks that's sneaking and creeping on the weekend. But you picked this particular night. Okay. She didn't have no subscription to the security camera anyway. So it didn't make any difference what day you picked it up and ripped the thing off the wall. Right, exactly. Midnight intuition. That's just the most logical thing. That's too much like right. Make sure your mama got in. She took her medicine. You walking around the house. You need any help? She going to bed or whatever she gonna do. Okay, but you be all up in the house. This is supposed to be a. Was this supposed to be some routine Friday night at Annie's? Yeah, too many coincidences. Yeah, that's just yeah. And she gonna go talk to the lawyer uh, 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 Monday morning, so to speak. Okay, when the work week starts back, so you got to take it out before the work week starts. So yeah, you got us running around. You got the police running around, and they look like they don't know what they doing. Looks like the crime scene has been staged with sheesh. Okay, you knocked the mama in the head, dropped the mama off, knock in the head, okay, and everything. You take your time setting up everything, cleaning up, and all this, whatever you got to do. You had plenty of freaking time to do that. And whoever helped you had plenty of time to do that and get the hell out of Dodge. Homeboy could have been in California sitting down with his shoes kicked off, watching the waiting, okay, for the news to come on to see if it's gonna be on. Have they even discovered her yet? And then you gotta check it out, check it out. Okay. You got a envelope, ransom note mailed into these places. Would they get a Monday morning? Oh, Monday morning. So when did you mail it? What? Okay. What did you dropped it off? What? 5 o'clock before your mother-in-law came over to eat. Friday. It ain't gonna take that long to get it to the next the few days. Monday. Mail takes longer, okay? It used to be the next day. Now, okay, Monday. So it was mailed on Friday. And you don't want us to look at the family? Now, if the family is innocent, they innocent, okay? But y'all looking too guilty for me to overlook it. And then who's to know that the cameras on the roof and stuff was looking at the animals and the birds? Who knew that? So if your mama can have cameras put on her roof to look at the wildlife, how come you couldn't get any security? Well, I'll just leave that right there. I mean, come on, let's just think. It's common sense. But they don't want you to think with your common senses. So they want to throw all this BS at you, okay, and stuff to look the other way, but you can't help but look over there, but can't like, well, wait, okay. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Sheesh, make me mess up my lipstick. Yeah, I try to tell you. So don't get mad at the people for looking at the family. Okay, look at the family. You got your 84-year-old mama living here by herself in that big old house. Okay. She did not, that big old, let me tell you something. That big old house. She didn't need she didn't need hearing aids to hear. Okay, in that big old house, there's somebody could have came in on the other end, and she wouldn't know, be none the brighter to hear somebody coming in that big old house. See what I'm saying? How many of you hear noises outside, okay, and wonder what that is? You're going to hear noises outside, okay, in your house, okay. Now imagine if your house was 3 times that size. Pookie and Ray Ray coming in the window, okay, in the bedroom on the other side of the house. You're not going to hear that. And that's the whole thing about it, why you didn't have no security for your mama. She not going to hear Pookie and Ray Ray coming in. You want your mama to be able to know, or you want to be able to know if Pookie and Ray Ray coming in at the other end, okay, why ain't there some security? And you come up with a little funky old penny nanny doorbell camera and don't even have a subscription. Ain't got no security on the back of the house to side. What in the world is going on? They may have had somebody waiting in that house when they picked her up. She wouldn't know. Well, that's too much like right, okay? Dog magic, that's too much like right. Yeah, that's too much like right. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Okay, that I'm gonna ask. Yeah, it's crazy. All that money they got, and they couldn't pay a little mini nanny subscription, and that wasn't big. What I'm saying is, that little doorbell camera, okay, was not enough. Okay, if she's living in that big old house by herself over there across town, so to speak, or down the street, I don't care if she was next door. I'd have had some security cameras up. Okay, around the house, not just the front door, around that big old house. That it, I'm finding it just blows my mind. Naomi, she said I'm funny. Okay, girl, I'm serious. It just blows my mind. Did they have somebody waiting in the house for Nancy? 4 cards. 4 cards. Was there somebody waiting on Nancy when she got home on January 31st? Was there somebody waiting for Nancy? What do you want us to know? 4 cards. And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. Was there somebody waiting on Nancy when she got home? Okay, from Annie and Tommaso's house. Was there somebody already there waiting? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards, 4 cards. Oh. Okay, 4 cards. The Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? Okay, so it talks about lack of energy, feeling tired, okay? That's what it talks about. 4 cards. 4 cards. What do you want us to know? 4 cards. Was somebody already there waiting for Nancy before she got home or when she got home? Well, there was there's talking about getting paid. Okay, somebody skilled. Okay, but if I were to say yes or no, this is a yes card. Okay, but you know we can't just go with yes or no. Okay, so there is the 10 of Wands in reverse, and the 10 of Wands, okay, is freedom. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the World in reverse. Can we get clarity? Can you clarify this? 4 more cards, 4 more cards. Can we get clarification? 4 more cards, 4 more cards. Crossroads, okay? They're at a crossroad. Options, a decision. Slowly, slow actions. Someone in the past. Two of Cups. Separation. Four more cards, 4 more cards. Seven of Swords in reverse. There's the home. Oh, somebody might have been hiding in the house. Ace of Swords. Oh, movement. Oh, okay. So to answer your question, in my understanding, is there may have been somebody waiting at the house, somebody she knew. Somebody may have been in the house, okay, and they were unevenly yoked, okay. So this is somebody who was probably stronger than her, okay, that she knew from the past, who was trying to steal and she caught him. Ooh. And the Six of Swords. So this was somebody that worked for her. The only thing about when they see, that's the thing about these cards, okay? They tell you what, but they can't tell you who, okay? Not directly. But what I will tell you is this was a grown man. This was not a kid. This was a grown man or an older individual. Hey, got change. Okay. See, the thing about this case is you got all kind of scenarios, okay, that make sense up until a point. They make sense up until a point. And I'm going to tell you what the point is. The point is up until Nancy was taken out. That's the part that doesn't make sense. Okay? Why take Nancy? And this is like somebody sneaking around and getting caught. Okay. And this right here is domestic issues. Okay. With the Empress in reverse. Well, the thing about it is, this is somebody she knew, but there's a lot of people. She's been there for a long time. This lady's been living there for over 50 years. Okay, she didn't know people. She know her kids, friends, and they kids and they grandkids. Okay, girl, you see what I'm saying? Not to mention she got people working on the property. They may not have known that the security camera, the ring door camera, they may not have known it didn't work. They just snatched it, okay, because that's what you do when you got a camera. If they knew there was no paid subscription, they probably would have left it there. Okay, but you snatched the camera because nowadays they can still get the footage off the camera. See what I'm saying? Okay, right. So they took the camera. They snatched the camera off the wall, thinking you have nothing because I have it. I don't know. There's possibilities are endless, but okay, you see what I'm saying? Oh, so the discrepancy would be the disconnection on the Wi-Fi. Now, what they're saying is the disconnection wasn't interrupted. The disconnection was out of range. Okay? It wasn't disconnected. It was out of range. She was too far. They had to take her because she recognized them. Nah, that's when you kill them because they recognized you. Okay? But why take the body? Unless they came there to take her and something happened. And what made her a target is she didn't have no backup. Nobody was pretty much checking on her. The security camera, okay. The other ones, okay, if somebody installed her cameras, it may have been some of them that had knowledge, okay, because they up there maneuvering the cameras while she's down there guiding them. You see what I'm saying? So they know the cameras are not focused downward. Well, that's what makes me feel about the family is the convenience. Okay, they could have been set up. Okay, but the knowledge that was there with about Nancy, okay, would be intimate knowledge as far as when she's being picked up, okay, when she's being dropped off, boo 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 boo, okay. It didn't take much to sit and watch that, but you still had to be aware, okay. And okay, somebody that knows her routine. Now, it didn't have to be a close relative, but it had to be somebody close to Nancy that knows this stuff, okay, and knows her business. But there's a lot of things, like you said, it's just too convenient, okay? And why go there on a Saturday night, okay? They could have been set up, okay? It could have been set up, but it was an inside job, okay? It was an inside job. The thing about it is what they're saying is the area, okay? Nancy's house sits back from the street, doesn't sit up, okay? But two is she's not as isolated as they're making it look. They're manipulating us, okay? They're manipulating us. There's people all around the neighborhood. There's people right there. Matter of fact, I think you can look out of one of her windows and you can see the neighbors. Okay. It depends on where you're looking at on this property to see the other neighbors. Okay. But from the front, you don't see that much because the house sits back and there's a lot of room in the front. See what I'm saying? You got the driveway. You got the matter of fact. You got the path that leads. You got Nancy's doorway, and then you got the path. Okay, that leads to the driveway, the circular driveway. Okay, there's stairs down there, and then you get into the vehicle. See what I'm saying? So here's the house at the door, and when you walk out the door, you still got to walk along that pathway, okay, to get if the car is there to pick you up, the Uber's there to pick you up, okay, unless the Uber came around the side and she went through the garage, okay. My thing is, why isn't there security around that house? Okay, with your mama living there by herself. It's too many variables, but here's the thing. It's too many variables around that security. That's what I'm talking about. There's too many variables around your house, living by yourself. It's too many angles that you need security. She got a big old house. She needs security on the front. She needs security on all the sides, however many sides you want, because there's more than one side. You got the pool side, you got the front side, you got the actual back side, okay, where the garbage is. You got the other side where the garage is, okay. All these sides, and the back of that. just too many angles for somebody to be coming in your mama house and she not know. And she got hearing aids. Ciao. Uh-uh. Even a deaf person has more security than that. Okay. My friend had a doorbell. He was deaf. And he had a doorbell. When you ring the doorbell, the lights blink. Okay? Because he couldn't hear. The lights blink. Okay? And the phone ring, the lights blink. Okay? Now, depending on how they blink, he knew if it was the door or the phone. Pretty cool. And this was back in the 90s. Yeah. He lived by himself. This was back in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. Because I was at his house and the lights started blinking. And I'm like, and he went to the phone. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. You can. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. Don't tell me nothing. That woman should have had security, even if she didn't have hearing aids. Hearing aid. Okay, a hearing problem makes it even worse. If she didn't have a hearing problem, she still needed security. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Just the fact that this woman did not have hearing aids, and they knew she took her hearing aids out at night. It makes you wonder, why would you leave your mama out in the cold like that? Right, more right, that's true. Okay, yeah. Depending on the how many cameras you have, right? Okay, because usually the regular app holds 4 cameras. Okay, gives you 4 rooms or 4 spots, 4 cameras. Okay, she should have had twice as much, at least 8, at least 8. She already had them on the roof. Okay, but she needed them down on the ground, okay? Or was the ones on the roof where they well, obviously they weren't, okay? And the ones that were, it wasn't enough cameras. She needed motion detecting cameras, okay? I don't think those were motion detection as far as movement, okay? My camera is motion detection, but it moves. So if you come up to my door, you're already detected, right? When you hit a certain thing, okay? And if you walk this way, the camera's gonna follow you that way, okay? They don't all do that. You have to get it like that, okay? No dog, the dog died. Should have got her another dog. Exactly, midnight intuition. That's what I'm talking about. See? So you know they wrong. You know they wrong. It's 3 left shoes. Okay. Let me light my that's just it doesn't make it and she could have had a camera inside the house, okay, and outside the house and pay little or nothing. And she didn't even have to pay you don't need a subscription to secure your house. See what I'm saying? They just Okay. So, with that said, and now we've gotten really to the real part of it, okay? Exactly. I guess not. They get long as they're getting the money, but even if, okay, look, they didn't even secure the bag, so to speak. Okay, they didn't even secure the bag. Okay, and then if you speak on them, they want to cut you off and cut your throat and take your channel and all this. Okay, well, jeez. Okay, so I got a question. So we had a question. Okay, what was the question? Was somebody waiting for Nancy? Okay. If anybody wants to draw up another question from that, you can, but I am going to ask, how does the police, the FBI, we ain't gonna say the police, how does the FBI, or what does the FBI feel about Annie? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? Okay? How does the FBI feel about Annie Guthrie? How do they feel about her in regards to her mother's disappearance? How does the FBI feel about Annie Guthrie? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. How do they feel? Mm-hmm. Well, she had money. She may have had all that, but the thing about it, she didn't have it in the house. I'm pretty sure she didn't have it in the house, but the thing about it was she was a sitting duck. That's what you call a sitting duck. Just okay, no security. Nancy, okay, here's the thing. Okay, that's what troubles me is she didn't get a chance to take her medication or it was a setup. She didn't get a chance to take the medication. Okay, here's the thing about the medication. That was her night medication. Okay, she might have been in the habit of taking that medication before she went to bed. So if the medication is still sitting there, she wasn't ready to go to bed yet. Okay, she may have got home. We don't even know if she changed her clothes. They should know though. They should know if she changed her clothes because if she changed her clothes, the clothes she wore to Annie's house would be there. Okay, so they know that. They're not saying, but they know. Yeah, so somebody could have been waiting for her when she got in, or she just wasn't ready to take her medication yet because she wasn't ready to go to bed. Okay, but let's keep going. So, what does the FBI think about Annie Guthrie in regards to Nancy's disappearance? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you so much for your answers. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, people. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. What do they think about Annie Guthrie? She's hoarding. Now this is holding on to something, okay? But this is hoarding, okay, as well. Stagnation, materialistic. Four of Pentacles. Let's look in the book and see what this book says. Let's see, does it have reversal? Yes, it does. Oh, this card could mean that you're spending too much. It can also signify greed. Okay. Bad finances, overspending. That's what this says in the book. Okay. So they into the finances. They're moving. Okay. Looks like they're looking at her. Oh, they're watching her movements. Let's see. Hold on. Swords. Six of Swords. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Moving on. Journey. Change. Okay. So this talks about moving on, change, some type of change. Okay. So let's keep going. Oh, the Magician. So we have the Ten of Wands in reverse, which talks about balance, freedom, and letting go. And the Eight of Pentacles. She's working. They're working. Let's see. Ooh, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, wait a minute. Did she pay the King of Pentacles? This talks about having too many responsibilities. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. It looks like they may think that she's doing too many things. Okay. And the gossip and the rumors. Okay. They know. And she's looking at the past. So we have Chatty Patty here. Okay. Oh, they may believe she's lying. Okay, so let's look at Chatty Patty. Uh-huh. Okay. So they may think she's not being truthful. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, they think she's hiding something. And the disappearance. They think she knows something and she's hiding about the death of her mom. She's protecting. There's not going to be no victory, okay? So there's failure, there's shame. She's protecting her shame. She's embarrassed. She's shameful, okay? And waiting. They waiting. And determination. And judgment in reverse. Yeah. And the Empress in reverse. The domestic issues, okay? And the Nine of Cups. And the recovery. The Devil in reverse. And the Lovers in reverse. And the overindulgence. They know. Are they in rehab? I'm trying to tell you, I keep getting recovery for these people. On the defense. And the Page of Cups in reverse. The emotional immaturity. They know. This is what they feel about Annie. She's hiding something, okay? And she's protecting. She's shamed. She's ashamed. She's failed, okay? And there's some recovery. So maybe They might be in rehab and they waiting for them to get out. I'm trying to tell you. And while they're in there, they're collecting all their evidence, communications, and stuff like that, building up their case. Just like if she was sitting in jail. Okay. She was sitting in jail on another charge, unrelated charge. Okay. And they just gonna let her sit there. Okay, cool. We don't have to look for her. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to look for her. We already know where she is. She ain't going nowhere no time soon. I'm pretty sure they got the people on alert. Okay. As soon as she moved, when she moved, you move and call us. Okay. Allegedly. Okay. But that's what that is. When I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, DJ, bring that back. Okay? That's right. Now, there is more to the story, but I'm picking up what I can pick up. And that's what I got. Okay? She knows now. She knows now. And she's just like they are. She's waiting. Just like I got in the cars, because we asked the cars how she feels, okay, about her sister. And how Cameron feels about the sister. And I'm going to tell you something. The Seven of Swords came up in every one of them. Okay? See, but the thing about it is, rehab is not going to save her. Not with this. Ooh, no. Okay. But you go ahead. Okay. You can add that on your Goody Two Shoes records for the judge. Okay. See, they've done this all before. They already know. Okay. Just like some folks run to the nut house. Okay. Mm-hmm. They already know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So well, it may not be about the doctors releasing them, okay? Because if you admit yourself, you can walk out at any time, okay? See what I'm saying? But the fact that they're in there, they don't have to keep surveillance on them, okay? They already have surveillance in there at the rehab. Just call us when they leave. That's when we're going to have to put surveillance on them, if that's the case. Yeah, but that ain't never see that the thing about it is being on drugs and not knowing what you're doing ain't never got nobody off. Okay. They're in denial. Right. Okay. Say. And if you can remember what you was doing, you know what you was doing. Catch that T. So what do the FBI feel about Tommaso Cioni? What does the FBI feel about Tommaso Cioni? What do they feel about him? What can you tell us? What are they thinking about Tommaso Cioni? The FBI. And thank you for your answers. Whoa. This is deep, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Emotional immaturity. Okay. Emotional immaturity. Let's see the page of cups in reverse. Mm. Emotional immaturity. Yeah. Talks about sensitivity and immaturity. Okay. So we pretty much get the same for both of them. Okay. But one is masculine, one is feminine. Tell us more. Five of Swords. Okay. There's conflict. He's conflicted. Okay. There's loss, conflict, and indecision. Talks about. Okay. And defensive. He's on the defense. They're looking at him, okay, from a new perspective. hmm And waiting. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, they're waiting to make a choice, or for him to make a choice. Okay. Mm. And the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. There goes some more immaturity. Okay. Insecurity, defensive. Yeah. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So he's not having any luck with that. Okay. But they feel the same way, it seems like, about these two. They're both on the defense. Okay. Both of them. So apparently they have probably been asking them questions, and their response, they could tell that they're being defensive. Okay. They're hiding something. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So they might be asking them about their finances. The Lovers in reverse. Mm. And I'm getting this, they're separated. They may be in two different rehabs. Or, there's men and women, okay? And overindulgence. So they know about the drug use and the money for the drugs. And the domestic issues with the Empress in reverse. That's domestic issues, okay? Insecurity, no progression, and secrets. The Fool in reverse, okay? Oh, yeah. They know about the overspending, the secret spending, the Knight of Wands, okay? Now, the Knight of Wands, this is somebody who is not afraid to take initiative, okay? There he goes, okay? Off on an adventure. Freedom. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, okay? Mm. What is that? The Eight of Swords in reverse. So Mr. Tommaso may be on the move here. Excuse me, in secret. Okay. And we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, okay, which talks about recovery. So he may and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now it looks like one could be in a rehab and one could be in a nut house. Ain't going nowhere. Okay. But wants to go somewhere. There's a change. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. Family disputes, financial loss. So, and instability. So he's on the move, but he's not stable. Okay. Or he thinks he's on the move. Okay. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh. So we're having some impatience. And the Magician. Okay. Somebody got tricks up their sleeve. Okay. Now, he didn't get the Seven of Swords. Usually everybody's been getting the Seven of Swords. But he's on the defense. He has conflict. He's got financial issues, okay? And he looks like he's secretly, okay, or maybe they're secretly following him. And it's kind of like he's going somewhere, but he's really not going anywhere. Okay? That's how they're looking at it. So, wow, they're really good night, Blue Rose. Oh, I got 10:30. Oh, okay. Yeah, he sure do want to go somewhere now, don't he? Okay, I'm pretty sure he does. It might cut you 4 months, okay? But I'm just saying, it'll get you some time. Okay. It'll get you some time. It'll give you a breather, okay? And When you get out, the problems are still there. Okay? Problems are still there. What we haven't did is the main thing I came to do is reading the house. Reading the house. Okay? Let's get the energy on the house. Nancy Guthrie's house. I was going to say Pelosi. But Nancy Guthrie's house. Okay? Let's get a read. Okay? Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Okay? Hit that subscription. Okay? But we're going to read on the house. And see what the house, the energy. Okay? The energy. See what the house has to say. I mean, the energy. Okay. What is the energy on Nancy Guthrie's house in Pima County, Arizona, in the Catalina foothills? Okay. What is the energy on Nancy Guthrie's house? What's that like? What do you want us to know? Okay. And thank you for your answers. What's the energy on her house? What do you want us to know? Ooh. Oh, well, that was going to fit together, but it doesn't anymore. Ooh. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. The energy on Nancy Guthrie's home in Pima County, Arizona. What's that energy? What do you want us to know? Okay, so this is a freedom. A burden has been released. Okay, in the home, a burden has been released. Okay, so there was something about this home that was struggling, that was burdened, held down. Okay, and it may be the load, they dropped the load. Balance. Okay, we have Chatty Patty in reverse. So there's a bunch of gossip, rumors, and communication going back and forth, going around. Mm. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh, wow. There's no communications in that house. Knight of Swords. Unpredictable. And the food in reverse. Carelessness. Well, we know that. Careless. Risky behavior. Conflict. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Missed opportunities, greed, loss. Someone's trying to get away with something and they're going to get caught. The Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, in the past. And there's loss. There's loss in conflict. Okay. So this is pick your battles wisely. Okay. And this right here is in the past. Okay. Someone tried to get away with something and got caught. Someone tried to hide something, okay? Someone's getting caught Something is hidden. And the emperor. Oh. So the police they had an opportunity. They missed the opportunity. Okay. But it talks about something being hidden. And there's a hidden conflict. Seems like a hidden conflict. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. Was someone waiting in the house and got caught? Let's see, Knight of Pentacles. Recovery from the nightmares. The King of Wands in reverse. Vicious, demanding. Someone trying to take the opportunity. Manifestation. And the King of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, look at that. And the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Cups. The King of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Swords in reverse. 3 males and 1 female. They was in there fighting. There was conflict. She knows. There's truth and clarity. And keeping it a secret. That's what the house says. That's the energy with the house. Okay? They was up in there fighting. Trying to get away with something. Being careless, reckless, okay? Now, this Queen of Cups, okay, may come forward with the truth, okay, revealing the secrets, okay, because she knows. So I keep getting the Page of Swords in reverse, okay, and it's like I'm getting the feeling like the rumors and the gossip, okay, there's some truth in those rumors and gossip, okay. Somebody's hiding, okay, the rumors and the gossip, somebody's hiding, okay, behind it. The ideas. Yeah, somebody's hiding, okay, a miss, All the gossip and the rumors going around, somebody's hiding, okay? Yes. That's the energy of the house. So the house knows who was all up in there. Just told you, okay? The King of Wands in reverse, okay? We got the Queen of Cups, and we have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse, both of them. All that male energy, okay, is in that house. And the conflict up in there fighting. Okay, so I'm going to put this to rest. Does anybody have a question they want me to read on before I go? Does anybody want to ask a question? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask about the sheriff. How does the FBI feel about the sheriff? Thanks for reminding me. Okay. How does the FBI feel about Sheriff Chris Nanos? That's what I was going to ask. How does the FBI feel about Sheriff Chris Nanos? Woo, that was a good one. Okay. How does the FBI, okay, feel about, did I say sheriff? How does the FBI feel about Sheriff Chris Nanos of Pima County, Arizona? How does the FBI feel about him? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. How does the FBI feel about the Sheriff Chris Nanos? Okay. Current energy about the Sheriff Chris Nanos. How do they feel about this gentleman here? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Woo-wee! The sun in reverse. Okay, that could represent confusion. Okay, depression. Let's see, the sun in reverse. Pessimism. Says pessimism. Okay, unrealistic. Tell us more. Unrealistic. The star. Okay. The star. The house. Okay. Oh. The star. The main one who made the plans. The event. What? Looking at him in a new perspective. Judgment. They're indecisive. They're looking at him in another perspective. They're indecisive, okay? And they might be procrastinating on this gentleman here, but they're looking at him from a new perspective. And we have the Page of Cups. Emotionally immature. Okay. Afraid of change. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. So there is a blockage here. Let's see. Let's keep going. Queen of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles, right? Pentacles. Regret. Poverty. Loneliness. Ooh. And betrayal. That's the new perspective they have on this man. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about manipulation, overindulgence, and financial loss. The Hermit in reverse. I'm going to take it that uh, he's in denial, okay? He's afraid to look at himself, okay, and see the real picture. He's in denial. Ooh, the Four of Swords. He needs to rest. He needs to retire. That's how they looking at him, okay? On the defense. Wanting to move on, okay? From the betrayal. Two of Cups, separation. Okay, so he's trying to separate himself from this situation here. He's on the defense, okay, and death. Okay, so they feel he needs to retire and he needs to go on about his business and start something new. Okay? Yeah. There's disharmony towards this man. They're not, okay, they're not equally yoked. Okay? They're not equally yoked. He's too immature for them. And we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? He might have some health issues. He may need to sit it down, okay? Setbacks and a lack of energy, okay? And the Fool in reverse, okay? Carelessness, risky behavior, okay? Yeah. And the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah. The Police, he needs to move on. There go the boat. They got a boat waiting for you, boo-boo, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? What goes around comes around, and it's not going to be good. And then we have that Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse, okay? So there's going to be some communication coming forth, okay? Maybe on retirement. It's not going to be good, okay? So, Yeah. Talks about deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. That's what they think about the sheriff. He should retire. He should leave. Okay. Hmm. He should give himself a rest. The King of Cups. Do I have the King of Cups? I don't have the King of Cups. I have the Knight of Cups, which talks about the Knight of Cups in reverse. Actually, it keeps coming up in reverse, and it keeps talking about deceit, jealousy, and disappointment. This card keeps coming up, and every time I see it, it's in reverse. Deceit, jealousy. Okay. And somebody said, "Is the sheriff involved?" Okay. I don't know if we asked you this question. I'm pretty sure we have. Okay. Is the King of Cups going down? What do you mean is the King of Cups going down? And who do you think is the King of Cups? Ask above. Is the King of Cups going down? Do you mean will he be arrested or what? I didn't have a King of Cups. I had a Knight of Cups. Okay. So they're asking about the King of Cups. Okay. Anita asks, is the King of Cups going down? But Anita is not clarifying her answer, her question, excuse me. But is the King of Cups going down? Okay, going down is the King of Cups. Nobody's typing. Mm. Is the King of Cups going down? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Is the King of Cups going down? Woo! Okay. Is the King of Cups going down? The Chariot in reverse. Okay. So the Chariot in reverse is confusion, loss of control, loss of direction. Okay. At a crossroads. Yep. At a crossroads. Trying to decide. And the Eight of Pentacles. He's working on a decision. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Lack of teamwork. He's not cooperating. And the World in reverse is not over. The Queen of Swords in reverse, okay? So the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's not over, okay? And it's like he doesn't know. Yeah, manipulation. Okay. So, yeah, manipulation. So, this King of Cups, who you're talking about, okay, is very manipulative. It's not over. And the King of Swords in reverse. And the High Priestess. Oh, so we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords in reverse, and we have the High Priestess right there. Hmm. And the Moon. So these people are manipulating and holding secrets, hiding, overindulgence, okay, and waiting. They're waiting for defeat and completion. So the completion is within the defeat. Okay, that's what's completed to them. They're waiting for this to f up. Okay, and the hidden betrayal. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So there's disputes and there's family disputes that are being hidden. There is betrayal. They all just sitting, waiting, okay, in the food on their reckless behavior, carelessness, okay, and they're on the defense. They're not cooperating, bringing up all this confusion, okay, and that's what they're hiding behind, a lack of teamwork. Wanting to move on, but they still got the swords in the boat. And the Page of Pentacles, okay, something new, okay. So they wanting to move on, okay, to a new opportunity. The King of Pentacles in reverse. And Seven of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Four Cups, okay? So there it goes on your King of Cups. So the energy is like, it's not saying that he's going down. It's saying that they are hiding, they're manipulative, okay? They're not working, they're not doing teamwork, okay? And there's family feuds, conflict, okay? There's financial loss, okay? Seems like everybody that's in this orbit is suffering a loss, a financial loss. Everybody broke, okay? Everybody broke. Everybody's not getting paid because the ransom wasn't paid. Has this family proved the health of their mother to the FBI? Okay, I got changed. What do you mean by that? And matter of fact, it don't even matter because we don't know. Okay? We don't know. and I don't know what kind of information. They have the medical reports, like my chart. Is that my chart? If they have access to her my chart, they can give them access to the my chart, or they could get a search warrant and go to the doctor himself, okay, to look at her chart or talk with them, okay. On the mom's health to verify what they're saying and compare it, or just talk with the doctor, see what the doctor says. Now, I will admit that when they showed the mother, okay, they don't show her the more recent pictures. You don't see her walking. You see her already there, just like when she did. I noticed that with the video of her in the bedroom making the bed, the cut corners, okay, the army corners, whatever, tuck corners, whatever you call them, okay. But she was doing that, showing about making the bed, and I noticed how she was already just standing there, okay, and making the bed. And I see her on the show. I haven't seen the whole video, but they don't show you on her walking, her mobility. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Got changed. They did have a walker, a cane, okay, and I think she used them interchangeably. Thanks for the lover, for the love stickers. So that's what they have. So with that said, okay, is there one more question? I'll take one more question and I'm out of here. Even though I should already be out. Okay, I hate doing a 3-hour video, but I'm having fun. So, and the medical equipment that she had at the house supports what they said as far as her mobility and uh, whatnot. But I know they went to get that reading on the heart monitor, and I know they have that reading on her heart, okay, and the responses throughout the day, okay, on her heart. So I'm going to ask one more question, and I am going to ask a question. What is Annie Guthrie's concern? What is Annie Guthrie's concern? What is she concerned about? Okay. What is Annie Guthrie concerned about? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Because I know she has some concerns. And I'm just curious as to what really is she concerned about. Okay. What do you want us to know? And thank you for the answers. What is Annie Guthrie's concerns. Not liking what's being offered. Okay. Um, 4 cups. Boredom, stagnation. Okay. Emotional withdrawal and reassessment. Okay. So looks like she's bored. Okay. Uh, what is it called? Unappreciative, wanting to walk away. She wants to leave. Okay. But she's waiting and she's looking at things from a new perspective. She's looking at a new perspective in leaving. Okay. So maybe she wants to leave, and I don't know what she wants to leave. The town, her marriage. There she go, Queen of Cups. Control, protection, strength, and the sun in reverse. Okay. So maybe she doesn't possess the strength she needs, okay, to walk away. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Selfishness, stagnation, okay, laziness. She's at a crossroads. Okay. She's got a decision. She don't know which way to go. And the Six of Cups. She's hanging on to the past as well. It's hard to let go. She's trying to get away with something, or she's hiding something. Okay. In the past. The King of Swords in reverse. So there's some arrogance and some manipulation. Okay. Now this could be a person or this could be a feeling, but she's hiding something in the past. Something about the past she's hiding. And there's clarity and truth right there. And it's slow moving, okay? She's slow. But okay. The truth is slowly coming to light here. Okay. She's looking at it a new perspective, okay? And she's got a decision to make. And she's slowly moving toward the truth and clarity. Okay? The shame, the defeat. That's what's holding things up. Okay? That's what's slowing things down to the truth and the clarity is the shame. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay? Talks about the manipulation. Oh, that's the Knight. The impatience. Okay. Loss of control. She's at a crossroads. She's at a loss of direction. Once again, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which talks about deceit and jealousy and disappointment. So she's clearly slowly coming to a realization. And the generosity, okay? And betrayal. And the Lovers in reverse. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So we have jealousy, dishonesty, and manipulation. We have the feminine and we have the masculine. Okay. She's seeing, okay, basically, she's seeing, okay, how ungrateful she really was. It's embarrassing, it's shameful, okay, and she's slowly coming around to it, okay, which would be in rehab, her stay at the rehab, bringing this into, she's seeing this. She's seeing the separation. She's seeing the betrayal. She's seeing it, okay? She's slowly coming around. All that. Protecting Toronto, going to prison, whatever he didn't instill in her mind is profound, okay? Especially when you're under the influence. Not to mention, okay, even as she comes to the truth, okay, what is her involvement? Okay, because the fact that she's hiding, if she's hiding something in relation to her mother's disappearance, she has an involvement. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with her currently, okay? And to really, actually, she needs to come to that. She needs to come to that because that is healing in and of itself, okay? And she may have been manipulated, okay? But what part did she play in all this? Okay? Because I don't think she's this Miss Damsel in Distress as she claims to be, because she's manipulative also, shown in the cards. Manipulation and deceit, male and female. So with that said, don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe to my channel. Okay. But most of all, stay blessed. Bye.